Hey, I'm Jeremiah.
And I'm Kevin.
And this is VideoGameEats,
where we craft your favorite foods from your favorite video games. Today we're creating
Firecracker salmon, honey spice lichen, and we're gonna wash it all down with some Hearth Glen Ambrosia. So the first recipe we're starting with is the Firecracker salmon. It's gonna have a nice spice to it to really warm up those cold winter nights in Northrend. So first we're gonna make the marinade. And our recipe, we have a couple more hungry heads to feed today. So our recipe is doubled. We're going to be adding a half cup of oil. We chose half sesame, half vegetable oil. From there, we're gonna add the northern spices that we made in the first episode. 2 teaspoons of brown sugar, we've doubled it to 4. Half a teaspoon of ginger, we've doubled it to 2. 2 tablespoons of soy sauce, which we have doubled to 4. And 2 tablespoons of balsamic vinaigrette, which we've doubled to 4. I'm gonna close up this bag and get these all mixed together nice. Gonna break apart the brown sugar in there real quick. Now while that's all nice and mixed, we're gonna start cutting the salmon. Ooh, ooh. You gotta talk to it. Hello. Get that noise. Yeah, it's a nice fatty piece. I think it's gonna look really good. You can tell this came right out of the waters of off the Borean tundra. All right, we're gonna cut it into 4 even slices. It's a little bit lighter on the bottom, or thinner. A little bit thinner on the bottom, a little bit thinner on this side. So this side's gonna be a little bit bigger. Cut right through. Right through. Beautiful. So, you may be wondering why it's called Firecracker salmon. It's because I didn't put, it's spicy, and I forgot to put in a nice order of sriracha. We're doubling it to 2 tablespoons, or until we're happy, which we like firecrackers. And then from there, we're gonna remix it real quick. Get it all incorporated. We're watching it turn red really quick. Now let's bring out the nice, like, dark red, just the delicious. And we're gonna add these 4 pieces, and we're gonna marinate for 1 hour. We're gonna make sure that's nice and sealed. I like to squeeze the bag to make sure that no air can get out. And we're gonna shake it around nice and good. And the salmon is just eating up all that sauce. And it, quite frankly, I've eaten already because we learned our lesson last time, but this looks delicious. All right, now that it's all mixed together, we're gonna let it sit in the fridge for about an hour. Overnight works better, but we're hungry today.
Our next recipe is honey spice lichen. It's gonna go great with our firecracker salmon. You can find this from any of the fungus dealers down in the Undercity. So I'm not sure what to call this, but we're gonna put all these things together and it's gonna make the lichen taste delicious. First things first is 2 tablespoons of olive oil. Next up, we're gonna throw in 2 tablespoons of honey. Well, I'm gonna leave this here while that empties. We're also gonna throw in half tablespoon of garlic powder and just a pinch of cayenne pepper. I had a little more than a pinch because I like it a little spicy. Now that we have all those in a bowl, we're just gonna take our lichen and we're gonna hand rip it, and we're just gonna pull it apart, get it in there, and then once we have enough, we'll kind of just mix it together so it all gets coated on there. This time I wasn't drinking wine and I forgot my gloves. So, you know, we're doing it with our hands anyway. They're washed, they're clean, I promise. You really want everything to get nice and coated, get that olive oil on there so it gives it a nice crispy texture once it comes out. I'm gonna go ahead and even add a little bit more in here. And good, just keep mixing it up. So now that we have everything mixed up in our bowl here, we're just gonna lay it out on a baking tray. Just quickly spread everything out so it's nice and evenly spaced. All right. Once you get it laid out just like this, we're gonna go ahead and throw it in the oven. We preheated the oven to 200 degrees. And we're gonna bake it for about 50 minutes while our salmon finishes marinating.
Lastly, we're gonna wash it all down with the Hearth Glen Ambrosia. Comes highly recommended by Tyrion Forging. First things first, we're gonna add 1 cup of water. Then we're gonna add half a cup of sugar. And 1 stick of cinnamon. The tea bags. We also wanna add the cardamom, which is half of a tablespoon, and our pears that we bought at the store today. There we go. And then we're gonna let this simmer for about 10 minutes. All right, so it's been about 10 minutes. We're gonna take off this. Ooh. Gonna stir it up, it's getting nice and brown. All the pear is getting out, all the tea is getting in there. We're gonna strain it out now into this glass jar. After that, we're putting in half a cup of gin. Or in other words, 2 shots of vodka. And we're gonna put the gin in with a quarter cup of maple syrup. And I'll mix it up nice. And this is intended to be served warm, but you can have it warm, cold later, whatever you'd like. The last thing we're gonna do is pour it into our flasks here and give this a nice little beer. Oh, it smells very good though. Who knew, sugar and gin. All right, and that is your Hearth Glen Ambrosia. That'll be 65 gold. 85 gold if you want it chilled.
Our honey spice lichen is finished up. We're gonna pull it out of the oven. Wow, it looks so good. It's gonna be so good with our firecracker salmon. We're gonna go ahead and take all this off of here because we're gonna use the same baking sheet for our firecracker salmon. We're gonna just transfer these over to another dish. You can probably hear it. Get close to the mic there. They don't look that crispy, but they definitely are crispy. We're gonna go ahead and set these aside and put the oven on broil. Now we're gonna go ahead and put our firecracker salmon in the oven. We just turned the oven to broil and we let it get hot for a couple minutes. So we're gonna go ahead and pull this out of the marinade. Oh, I'm so excited for this. It really soaked right in the salmon. We had it in there for about an hour. I can't even imagine what it tastes like if we did overnight. We're just gonna space these out really evenly so they have a nice bit of room to cook on there. And we're gonna go skin down on the tray here. And then we're gonna go ahead, take our brush, and just really brush these up. Just really get all that juice on there. So we're gonna go ahead and drop these in the oven for 10 minutes on a high broil.
All right, so it's been about 15 minutes in the Firecracker salmon. Took a little bit longer than we had hoped, but we're gonna pull it out. You can smell the spice from here. I'll check the temp real quick. Around 130, 135. That's the temperature I prefer my salmon. Yep, good, good, good. 136, again pretty close. And last one. 140, the smaller one cooks a little bit more, but that's perfectly fine. 140 is still a great temperature for salmon. This looks delicious. Ooh. You can hear the crunch and the crisp. Gonna put some honey spice lichen on there. So, and there you have it. That's our Firecracker salmon and our honey spice lichen. Dude.
Thank you all for watching episode 3. We're gonna jump into this Firecracker salmon and honey spice lichen. But first, may a loom guide your path.
May a loom guide your path. Oh my god.
Straight sugar and
the sugar
tastes like
and
maple syrup.
it kind of does.
Wow, that's amazing.
No, it tastes like Hearth Glen Ambrosia.
That's so good.
That's shockingly. This is what I need in my life right now. Kevin, this is the best thing we've ever made here.
Yeah.
This is so good.
We only made 2 other things.
Why? Yeah, but
This is delicious. The salmon is perfectly cooked. And just, like, all the flavors from the marinade are just seeping through it. Next time we're gonna definitely do a whole day. But
I'm upset there's only 4 pieces of salmon.
right. I'll try some lichen. It says to pair it with your favorite dipping sauce, so we're going with some sriracha to really kick it up a notch.
Those fungus.
Crunch is amazing. Completely unexpected from a piece of lettuce. I mean, lichen.
Lichen. Kale.
Dude.
Those fungal vendors really got something going on with this.
The Undercity's the place to be. Oh my god.
A shame what happened. In one of those ex-pacs where they destroyed the Undercity.